It's called a Kangol, and it's called swag.
Is it? It's called that in OKC?
Get up is next. Swag.
Good morning. It is time to get up with a dynamic and possibly dynastic duo. J-Dub joining Shai atop the mountain. The Thunder are a win away. Meanwhile, the Knicks KO KD. Is New York really better without acquiring an aging legend to get over the top? Plus more quarterback conversation. Are these stars ready for the great expectations that await when the season gets underway? All that and more as we get up with you. It's an enthusiastic greeting. Let's see how everything rolls this morning. The Twins are back. J. Will Monica is here. Dominique leading our football conversation. RC and Jeff Darlington will be along. We've also got a bunch of pitching stuff to get to, college and pro. But we begin with Game 5 of the NBA Finals. It was SGA and the Thunder on one side. It was Halliburton and the Pacers on the other in the critical Game 5. And speaking of critical moments, Jay, here's the big one midway through the first. Down goes Halliburton. Now, we'll stay with the play. Caruso's going to make a layup. That's not the point. Halliburton goes down. What do we see?
I don't see too much other than probably he just aggravates that same calf injury that's been bothering him since the beginning of this series.
He would leave with right leg tightness. He would return in the second quarter. He never looked himself. Picked us up in the third. Pacers down 9. Monica, T.J. McConnell was sensational.
I mean, he's such a spark plug for this team. Defensively, offensively, he finds a way. He was terrific. 13 points in the third quarter.
That's right. That's a career playoff high for him. Pacers within 8 after 3. But then McConnell goes to the bench and back comes Halliburton. Pascal Siakam, Jay, you've been calling for him, and he would give you 28 last night.
Yeah, had a big night. I mean, but this game comes down to the wire in the fourth quarter, and SGA, no assist in Game 4. 10 assists in this ball game last week.
Hockey assist. Jalen Williams burying the 3. He had the night of his life. Thunder would take a 5-point lead. Then OKC defense, or something like that. Just terrible passing here by the Pacers, giving it away and giving OKC opportunity.
You saw one of the 22 turnovers last night for the Indiana Pacers, and OKC had 32 points off those turnovers.
Huge number. SGA 31 and 10 last night. Thunder by 11, but it wasn't Shai's night. Monica, this night would belong to the man they call J-Dub.
J-Dub, come on now. 18 points in the paint alone. I thought Greeny had a point late in the game. It wasn't good that the ball wasn't passing around for the Thunder. Don't worry about it. J-Dub just kept it and handled his business.
Rep the name, J. Will.
J. Will with 40 points last night. Tyrese Halliburton with just 4 and 0 made field goals on the night. The Thunder with a 3-2 lead in these NBA Finals and a chance to close it out on Thursday. Let's talk about Jalen Williams. He may not yet be a household name, but he is becoming one with his play in these finals. He is now the 3rd youngest player in the last 50 years to score 40 points in a finals game. Only Magic Johnson and Russell Westbrook were younger. Here was Jalen on the statement made with this performance.
I think the only statement we have right now is we're up 3-2. And we still have to go earn another win. But it'll be cool to look back on later on, and hopefully somewhere down the line I'll have like a more fun answer for you.
You know, I was not great tonight by any means, but you know, it's not really a thought of mine to not play here. You know, if I can you know, walk, then I want to play. So you know, they understand that, and you know, is what it is, and you know, got to be ready to go for Game 6.
All right, a lot to unpack on both sides of this. We'll start quickly with the performance of Jalen Williams because he deserves that. Markeith, what did we see from Jalen Williams last night? 40 points in what felt a little bit like a coming out party.
Yeah, for sure. But if you really look at it, he's had 26 or more of these past 3 games. So he's been playing at an elite level. I know also that he's been trying to find his shot. He took 25 shots attempts yesterday, and that was the high in the final. So he really was looking for his shot. I think he gave SGA some time off the ball and really attacked to try to find his shot to keep the offense going.
Marcus, it feels like they've got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's the MVP. He led the league in scoring. He's a genuinely unstoppable offensive force. If he's going to get something like this from that fella next to him. This didn't feel just like the beginning of winning a championship. I opened the show by saying a dynamic and maybe dynastic duo because these kids are so young. Jalen Williams, 40 points. How about it last night?
Let's just say the playoffs is where stars are born. He's stepping into that light. Like, we've all seen it over and over. Like, the playoffs really shows your true colors, right? It gives you that ledge. It gives you that confidence going into the next season to really stamp myself as a star in this league. And he's doing it, man. He's stepping up. Big shots. He's telling SGA, I got it at times where he needs big plays. And every play, every part on the court he can score, and that's my most important part. Like, he can get to the mid-range, he can shoot the three, he stays in transition, he's super athletic, and he plays both sides of the ball. He is a star.
And so that concludes the handing out flowers portion of Get Up for this morning. Now we turn to the other side, where
Turn to me.
Tyrese Halliburton.
Turn to me.
You know, whether he chose this or not at the beginning, much of this series has turned into a referendum on where his place in the league belongs.
Superstardom, not superstardom.
Is he a superstar? Is he not? Where does he go? He's talking about talking heads, all the rest of that. Now, he had 0 field goals made in this game last night. He had a total of 4 points. Is Stephen A. going to give you the business today?
No, he ain't going to give us the business.
No, he ain't going to give you nothing.
Yeah,
right, so what are the right things to say? A lot of the conversation that I saw coming in this morning was that T.J. McConnell, who had the best third quarter of his life, sat and watched Tyrese Halliburton do nothing in that fourth quarter. What's the right decision?
We will get to the Tyrese Halliburton of it all. Like my big takeaway is when your star player is not having a good game and he's injured and that calf is something that's bothering him and it doesn't look like he has it. When your backup Energizer Bunny comes in the game, like Monica said, that gives you spurts and energy and scores 13 points and was playing more like a power guard in the third quarter, I do not know why Rick Carlisle went away from him. Why not stay with the guard that is creating separation? He yelled out, "They can't guard me" last night. He was yelling it out on the court. So when your star player is having issues, stay with the guy who has the rhythm going. It seems like they would have had a better chance with T.J. McConnell in the game down the stretch than Tyrese Halliburton. Tough call. I know it's not right, but sometimes the coach needs to tell the star player, hey, look, this ain't your night tonight.
Yes. The whole, I mean, we use it's a football expression, but generally the coach has to take the player's helmet away and say, I know you're tough. I know you want to be out there, but the reality is you're not helping us. We need to go to someone who is. McConnell clearly had it last night. Did Rick Carlisle make a mistake going back to Halliburton for that fourth quarter?
Mistake is strong to me, but I did find myself watching that game like, why no TJ, right? I do think, though, look at the way that this has gone for these guys. They make it a single or 2-possession ball game, I believe, in the fourth quarter. It's close. Essentially, for them to get here, that has been when Tyrese Halliburton has found some magic, right? In game one, he wasn't playing well in that first half until he was in clutch time, right? So I sort of understand it, but I'm watching like, I don't think he's going to find it tonight. You're not giving yourself the best chance.
Take me through this. The mind of an NBA player, Markeith. Do you go with the guy who brought you there, or do you go with the guy who's hot? In Game 5 of the NBA Finals.
I mean, this is what the coaches get paid the big bucks for because they have to make these decisions. As a player, you always want to give your team the best chance of winning, rather is that you on the court or you off the court. And at the level that Tyrese Halliburton is, he can't really sit down and say, you know, you guys go out there and play, because if they still lose, it's like, well, why didn't you play? So it's an open-ended question when you have that in front of you like he did, and, you know, he gave what he had. I respect it.
I get that. But did the coach, it's Rick Carlisle's job to make that decision. Did he make the right or the wrong decision last night? It's easy to look back on it.
Let's be real about it. He made the decision in the best interest of his star player, because if he pulls his star player, you know what the conversation is for a lot of people this morning. But if we're just looking at it strictly basketball,
you're looking at
the guy who's popping and rolling, you're going to go with TJ.
He played Tyrese played 34 minutes last night. This should be 28 at least in my mind.
But can we look at this? They were down 2 points with 7 minutes to go. He was on the court. Right. Nembhard had a couple bad turnovers, a couple bad possessions that happened during that time. If it's me, I'm Rick Carlisle, and I'm almost positive that he went to Tyrese and say, listen, can you go? Like, can you help us? And Tyrese obviously said, yeah, but if we look at past games, look at game one, the one that they won. He wasn't doing anything.
Right.
He wasn't doing anything until the fourth quarter, and when he got in the fourth, because you technically can say the same thing, right? Like, why are you going back in these games? But at the same time, I didn't see a major limp. I didn't see a major like.
But you saw 3 consecutive turnovers when it.
But that was everybody. They had 22. They had like Nembhard had 3 terrible turnovers,
Agreed.
right? Like, and they let him. He played through it.
Yo, but
So
Marcus,
for
that's
my
gonna be the
part,
thing,
is
though.
like, do you take him out, or do you say, hey man, like if you can go. You got us here.
To me, the Nembhard thing, I'll give you a little bit more grace because he's important for them defensively. I think to take the hit on both sides of the ball because he's less than 100%, you got to make the tough call.
But in game 1, guys, I think the calf hurt, but I don't think it hurt this way. He couldn't move east to west.
Yeah.
Like you watch him when he goes north to south, that's fine, and we all know the calf. But when you start popping this way, side to side, with all the agilities and how he moves and the continuity in which they play,
You go back to Denver. Aaron Gordon wasn't healthy.
Same thing.
And they played him.
You go out there and you give what you have. This is not about Halliburton.
This is my guy.
I got you.
To me, it's not about Halliburton. If you're Halliburton, you say, yeah, I'm going to go. Of
course
I
you're
can
gonna
walk,
play.
I'm going to
Of course
play,
you're
I'm
gonna
going to do
play.
the best that I can.
Exactly what he said.
It is about the coach. And Rick Carlisle, who was a brilliant coach, who's going to the Hall of Fame as a coach, and who are we? But, I mean, everyone makes mistakes. Looking at it, I understand the thinking going in. I'm going to ride my horse. He's going to find a way to make that big shot late like he always does. But looking back on it, T.J. McConnell on the floor may have given them the better chance to win that game in the fourth quarter.
You at least got to explore it, right? Let Dagnall and those guys adjust to T.J. McConnell and then make a change. But you got to explore it considering the momentum.
Exactly, is because in the first quarter he went out.
Yeah.
Like, so when he has something like that happens, you're like, okay, look, hey, we got to make a decision, and I'd much rather ride with the hot hand for the time being.
So does this series feel over? Well, let me just tell you one quick number. At ESPN Bet right now, the OKC Thunder are minus 1,700 to win, which means you have to bet $1,700 to win 100.